What's up, guys? My name is Aaron. Today I'm going to be reviewing Friends from College. Friends from College is a Netflix comedy show. It's basically about this couple that moves back to New York after a certain amount of years, and they're trying to get like a better career for their life and just a better career for their jobs and stuff like that. More importantly, what they're trying to do is trying to hang out with their friends, and while they're hanging out with their friends and stuff, bunch of crazy hijinks happens and stuff, and they try to navigate that. I was looking forward to this because I do like the cast of the show a lot, like Keegan-Michael Key, Colbie Smulders, Fred Savage, Nat Faxon. There's a lot of people in this cast that I really like. I think they're really funny and stuff. And I do like the creator of the show too. Nicholas Dollar and his wife have created like a lot of movies and stuff that I've liked over the years. So anything with his name attached, I'm like kind of intrigued to see what's gonna happen. I do think this is like a watchable show, but I do think this is a disappointment with the talent that's behind it and all. Overall, it's a funny show, but I think it kind of misses a mark when it comes to like drama and stuff like that. So I do think the show is really funny. Like there are a lot of different people that are really funny that kind of contribute to the humor and stuff of the show. I think the most consistent is probably Fred Savage as Max. He's this literary agent that works with Keegan-Michael Key's character on the book that he's trying to publish, and he's also like Keegan-Michael Key's best friend. He's really enthusiastic, and he has like a lot of energy, and he's really kind of boyish. He just has all this energy, and I think that the way that he portrays that character, plus like the way that he kind of has this like innocent and naive way of kind of saying these kind of sad and depressing things occasionally, he really pulls that off really well. And to me, he was like the most consistent part of the cast, of like the comedic part. Nat Faxon is really funny too. He plays this like who just parties all the time. He doesn't really have like a real job or anything like that. Nat Faxon really plays it really straight, and he doesn't like go too overboard with the character. And whenever he gets a chance to kind of say something funny, he does a real good job with that. Colbie Smulders doesn't get a lot to do. She's this lawyer that works with this like frat boy finance firm or whatever. She has some moments there, here and there, like when she's kind of reacting to different parts of, like different members of that finance firm, but she doesn't get a lot to do. But she does kill the small things that she has a chance to do in the show. But I think where the show really is really strong is like the supporting cast. Like it has like a really good like recurring characters that kind of pop up in the show every now and then. Like Kate McKinnon, she shows up for an episode and she really kills it as this like this literary like author that's just so off the balls bananas, and she's really sexual, and she has this like boy toy boyfriend. She really comes across really cartoony, but it really works with the episode that she's given. I also like Ike Barinholtz. He's one of the frat boy finance guys that works at Colbie Smulders' firm, and he does a really good job. He really lays really thick into that cartoony, overly douchey type of guy, and I feel like he comes across really well as that guy. But to me, like, of the supporting cast of the recurring characters, definitely Billy Eichner is the funniest. He's like Max's boyfriend, Fred Savage's boyfriend, who's like really kind of serious and just kind of dragged along to Max's things with his friends and stuff like that. This is like the most toned down Billy Eichner has been I've ever seen him in. He does it really well in the show, like just the way that he reacts to the juvenile and just like outlandish ways that they act and stuff. I think he did a really good job with that aspect. And to me, he was one of the most consistently funny parts of the show. So while I don't think the show really succeeds as a drama, I do think the show really succeeds as a comedy, because I was laughing sporadically each episode, and that's a really good sign for me. Definitely the comedy is the best part of the show to me. I also think the show it filmed really well. It kind of has like an indie sensibility about it, like an indie film, and it looks really kind of gorgeous at times. Like one of the friends' houses is like this mansion that's really modern and stuff, and they really take advantage of like the windows and all like the space that's around it. It looks really cool. Key and Colbie Smulders' characters, they stay in one of their friends' like apartment, and that has like a hippie kind of bohemian vibe to it that I think is kind of authentic to New York. And just like how they capture like different parts of New York and stuff like that, and like Long Island, I thought that was really cool. So definitely a positive is like the way that it's shot. My negative with the show is definitely like the drama parts of the show. I do think it succeeds as a comedy, but because the show is trying to have like all these like observations about like adult life, growing up and stuff like that, you do have to kind of take that into account. And I think with that aspect of it, it just falls flat to me. The things that they're saying with the show are just kind of obvious and kind of cliche, and it doesn't really like say anything all that meaningful to me. The main plot of the show basically revolves around Sam and Ethan, who's have this like love affair that they've been having for the past 20 years. A plot like that, you would think that the show would really get into the nitty gritty of why they're doing that, why they're cheating on their spouses and potentially messing up their lives. But the show really doesn't really treat it that seriously. Like, it doesn't treat it like that urgent of a thing. You don't really get why they're doing this, like why they're risking their lives to do this affair. Outside of the chemistry that the two actors have in these scenes, it doesn't really make sense why they're doing the things they're doing. At least with Sam's character, Annie Parisse, she really does have some type of inner turmoil, like why she's doing the things that she's doing, why she's kind of messing up her life and stuff like that with the therapy sessions. And she does really play that really well. But to me, Keegan-Michael Key doesn't really come across all that well with the more dramatic scenes. It feels like it's like so goofy the way he's coming across, and doesn't really feel like a real person. I'm not sure if that's really Keegan-Michael Key's problem or the script, but it just doesn't really feel like a real person would act the way that he's acting. The only thing that really kind of resonated with me was definitely Colbie Smulders' character, who was like the wife of Ethan's character. There was like an episode that kind of focused on her trying to conceive a child via IVF because they've been having like a lot of problems trying to conceive a child. And the way that she kind of has this anxiety and like this frustration with trying to get the IVF to work properly, I think that she did a really good job. And to me, that was like the only thing that really resonated with me emotionally with the show. But the show kind of throws away that and just kind of goes onto other things past that episode, and it didn't really like stick all that well outside of that one episode. They were trying to do things with Max's character, Fred Savage's character, but it didn't really mesh all that well. Like, I think that Fred Savage gave a committed performance, but the show really didn't do much with that plot. Overall, I do think this is like a watchable show. It's really funny. There's a lot of different people that are in this show that really make it really enjoyable. Like, even Seth Rogen shows up for an episode. And I do like the way that it's shot. It feels like an indie film, and I like the different ways that they show off, like New York, like the different landscapes and stuff like that. The show really falls flat with the drama parts of it. It doesn't really feel that grounded or all that weighty to me. It feels really cliche and not really done all that well. So overall, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. I do think this is like watchable. Like, I don't think it's like terrible, but it's not anywhere near Netflix's best comedy shows at all. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Friends from College. What are your guys' thoughts? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments what you thought, and thanks for watching. Thanks, guys. Bye.